Thank you for tuning in to watch SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Welcome to Campus West for today's matchup of the Cal Lutheran Regals against the University of Laverne Leopards. After some slight drizzle this morning, the clouds are coming out, the sun is also out, and it's time for some SkyX Softball. After yesterday, Cal Lutheran took on Laverne, and Cal Lutheran took the win 4-1 as Sienna Perez pitched a shutout overall. She allowed only 4 hits, 1 run, and Gianna Rojo got the loss. How do you think yesterday is going to affect Laverne, Adam?
I definitely think that Laverne is going to be out for blood this game. They got shut down by Sienna Perez yesterday. It was frustrating that they were only able to muster 4 hits against Perez, but I think they're going to be going for the throat today. I definitely think they're going to come out and they're going to put the game face on. I think they're going to want to win this game today to show them they're on their home soil, to show them that who's the better team in the SIAC. I definitely think they're going to play hard today.
They are both close in the SkyX standings, and it seems as if Gianna Rojo is going to pitch again today, so she will be able to redeem herself after that. I'm Zachary Nikolai. Next to me is Adam. We have the standings right here for you. Laverne and Cal Lutheran, as I said earlier, are pretty even in SkyAC. They are both 500 at 2-2. Laverne is ahead of them in SkyAC, though, due to their overall record of 8-4 compared to Cal Lutheran's 5-5. And if we want to look at some players to watch here, Adam, we are going to have the woman herself, Gianna Rojo. She's a pitcher. She's first baseman. When she's out batting, she is a stud. She's 389 average. She has 8 RBIs, 2 home runs, 14 hits. She's a lot of fun to watch.
Next up, another player we want to watch today is an outfielder named Francesco Juarez. In 22 at-bats this year, she got a .409 batting average, 9 hits, driving in 7 runs.
And then watching that cornerstone, we have Justice Borden, 13 hits, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. This lineup is really good this year so far, Adam.
Definitely. This lineup is definitely stacked, and they're looking to stay competitive in the SIAC. And again, looking at Gianna Rojo as a pitcher, she got a 2.12 ERA, which is second in SIAC rankings. SkyAC. And second in SkyAC rankings. She got a 6-2 win-loss record with over 46 innings pitched and 28 strikeouts, which is third in the SkyAC standings.
And now if we want to look at Cal Lutheran, they're a lot of fun to watch too, as we saw yesterday. We have Mia Onsta, she's an infielder and an outfielder, 31 at-bats, 484 batting average, 441 batting average, second in SkyAC, 11 hits, 5 RBIs. She is able to get on base easily, Adam.
Most definitely. Another player we want to look at, number 20, Kendall Marinesi, an infielder. In 32 at-bats, she has a .406 batting average, 11 runs, 13 hits, 9 RBIs, just 1 home run, but it doesn't matter when you got high numbers like that.
Correct you are, Adam, and we're going to take a look at the catcher, Lexi Finley. She is able to command that backstop. She's back there. Forget defense for a second. Her offensively in 25 at-bats, .440 average, 5 RBIs. She's able to protect that plate and put some runs on that board.
Most definitely. Another one we want to talk about is starting pitcher Megan Henry today. ERA could be better, but with a 1-3 win-loss, she's looking to improve her stats today. Only 7 strikeouts, 14 innings pitched. Again, it's a low sample size. She's got a lot to prove today, and she's hoping to have a great game against the Leos.
It's going to be a lot of fun here today, Adam. I'm expecting a lot of on-base attempts. It's really being able to drive in those runs, as yesterday Laverne came out and, their bats were a little cold. But we're going to send it to Anthony Avila for the batting lineups.
Leading off, second baseman, number 5, Naya Brown. Batting second, left fielder, number 1, Frankie Juarez. Batting third, the designated player, number 25, Gianna Rojo. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 13, Justice Borden. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 21, Kat Navarro. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 7, Taylor Gray. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 14, Tawny Mack. Batting eighth, catcher, number 41, Bailey Durrani. Batting ninth, shortstop number 24, Shelby Tevis. And starting in the circle, number 8, Rachel Rubio. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we invite you to please rise, remove your caps, and join us in the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Once again, welcome to the University of Laverne and enjoy the game.
Cue announce.
During the national anthem, the sun broke through the clouds, and that means we are going to have a great day of softball here, Adam. I'm really excited. Laverne's going to try to overcome that loss yesterday, and I'm really interested to see how Gianna Rojo comes and makes a statement after yesterday.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Leopards respond to yesterday. Like I said before, only mustering one run against Sienna Perez of the Cal Lutheran Regals yesterday, in only mustering one run in 7 innings. I think they're going to come out today. I think they're going to play. The sun's coming up, and I think the offense is going to show up today too. I think they're going to have a great game.
And hopefully you are correct. We got the women out here. It seems as if Laverne is going to be out on defense to start it off. They're out here warming up. Cal Lutheran warming up. Here's our lineup for today as we have the Regals up first, as I said. This is a pretty tough lineup, as they found out yesterday, that they're going to have to face. Again, both teams are pretty even, but who's going to be this difference maker today, Adam?
Who's going to be the difference maker for the Regals? I think for the Regals, I think the starting pitcher, Henry, as I said, she got a high ERA, but she's a small sample size. It's only 14 innings. I think that she could be a difference maker today. I know she wants to get that sour taste out of her mouth. I know that she wants to come out and show that she is competitive in the SCIAC, and she's going to want to shut down the Leos so they can win this series. So I think she's going to be the difference maker today.
Oh, let's see how she reacts as we seem to be ready for some softball. We have Mia Onsta up to bat. First pitch seems a little low. She's going to take a ball for the first pitch. First at bat, we have the lefty. Second pitch, blooped up to shortstop for the easy out, and that'll be one down for the Leopards so far.
Now the person who caught that ball, number 24, is Shelby Tevis. She's a senior coming in. She's a starting shortstop for Laverne, and she's looking to have a great game and finish up her senior season on with a winning team in the SCIAC.
Lauren Salvati, number 2, is up next to bat. She'll take the first pitch. High for a ball. So the count is now 1-0. Lefty in the box, ready for the second pitch. Hit to shortstop again. Not able to beat it out as we have 2 easy outs for Laverne.
Again, another play showing off the arm by Shelby Tevis, just showing how dependable she is as a shortstop behind her pitcher.
Miss Tevis is already getting some action, huh, Adam?
Definitely.
Up next is the number 20, Kendall Marinesi. Pitch high for another ball. The count will be 1-0. The first righty that Rojo is going to be facing today. Rubio, my apologies. Check swing foul to the right. The count is now 1-1. Rubio's back in the pitcher circle. Coming back for the third pitch of the set bat. Right. Barely stretching out. The second baseman was able to get it, and that will end the inning.
I'm going to tell you, what a fantastic catch.
It was a little out of reach, able to get it, and that is a perfect way to end your half of the inning. So after 3 straight hitters, 3 straight outs, the score is still 0-0. You are watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Well, that was an easy...
Yeah, it's an easy 1-2-3 inning. Definitely, Laverne already come out early, pitching, shutting them down, and showing them who's boss. So I hope that they're able to continue that momentum and seal a win today.
See, and the great thing is it wasn't a big pitching performance. We're able to keep a pitcher's arm fresh when you minimize those pitches. So seemed to, 6 pitches out there? 7
definitely.
pitches? 3 up, 3 down. And
that just shows the...
That's how you keep someone in there for 7 innings.
That just shows the dominance of Rachel Rubio on the season. She has a 2.03 ERA, just 20 innings pitched, but that's still impressive numbers. Opponents hitting just 213 against her. There's 11 strikeouts and only 6 earned runs on the season. She's hoping to continue that hot start.
Well, up for the Leopards, we have, again, it's a pretty similar lineup, but I'm interested to see how Naya is able to lead things off for the Leopards. Naya Brown changing her usual number from number 20 to number 5 for today's contest. And we'll see if that number change is of good luck.
Laverne offense looking to get going today against Megan Henry with a 9.55 ERA on the season. The Leopards hoping to get something going here in the first.
Leading off the Leopards, number 5, Naya Brown.
Number 5, Naya Brown, will be up to lead it off for the Leopards today. She looks off to the third base coach, Dennis Blau. Shows bunt, pulls back, called strike, as the count will be 0-1. As we're here for the second pitch of this at bat. Naya able to get a hold of it, fouled off to her left. The count is now 0-2.
And Naya Brown showing you the classic traits of a good leadoff hitter. She's hitting .324 on the season in 12 games. No home runs, but she's got really good speed for a leadoff hitter. She's the kind of person you want leading off this game for the Leopards.
Pitch high over the catcher. It'll now be 1-2.
Looked like that one slipped out of her hand.
It looked as if she was attempting for an off-speed or a rise pitch, but inside pitch called ball. It's now 2-2. It's always awesome as a leadoff hitter for you to start out 0-2 and then be able to get that count neutral.
Definitely. Definitely puts you inside the pitcher's head.
Pitch hit in between short and third. And Naya's going to have the first hit of this game, a single for the Leopards.
Yeah, definitely a ground ball single through the third base shortstop hole, and Naya Brown is on first base to start this inning, no outs.
Now batting.
Now we have number 1.
Frankie Juarez.
Juarez. And it looks as if you said that Naya has some speed. Let's see if they're able to get something going with her.
Definitely.
First pitch of this at bat. attempted bunt. Seems as if it was outside.
Able to pull it back in time. That's ball 1.
As the count will now be 1-0 for the lefty Juarez. Another attempted bunt, just missed to make the count now 1-1, and it seems as if they are trying to get Nia Brown over to second.
Definitely. It's an interesting move considering Frankie Juarez has a batting average up there, one of the best on the team, 391 on the season. I'm interested to see why they're showing bunt on this play when definitely it's still scoreless, but let's see what happens.
Looked as if there was another attempted bunt outside to add another ball to the count, 2-1. They look on to Coach Blast for the signs. Fourth pitch of the at-bat. Another shown bunt, fouled backwards. The count is now even at 2-2.
I can tell you, they're definitely not going to show bunt on this next play. She's going to be swinging away. If her pitch is there, I can see one being driven in the gap right here. Let's see what happens.
As you said, in a gap, it seems as if right center has a gap, up the middle has a gap. See if she's able to direct where it goes as the pitch is up. Fouled off to stay alive, 2-2 again.
Just got a piece of it.
Seems that she was going for a slap swing again, just trying to get on base. As
Definitely.
you said, when you see batting averages that high, it seems as if you'll have these high percentage swings. Again, over to third, flips it to first. Got her just in time for the first out for the Leopards. Brown moved over to second. It's now 1 out.
Tell you, that's a great play by number 20, the third baseman. That's a tough play considering how fast Juarez is. You gotta pick up that ball and throw it to first because you're in a hurry. So it was a great play by her. 1 out and a runner on second.
We have number 25, Gianna Rojo, up to bat. And as you said, it looks as if the Leopards got what they wanted. They wanted to move Brown over to second. Doesn't matter how they did it, they got it over. First pitch seemed it was down the center for a first strike of this at bat, 0-1. Second pitch of this at bat, fouled off to the left side. It'll now be a quick 0-2 count for Rojo.
Rojo serving as a dual pitcher / hitter on this team, and she excels in both roles. She's got a 389 average on the season. She actually also has 2 home runs, which is up there in the SCIAC rankings. She got 14 hits, and it just shows that she's a powerhouse of a hitter.
Pitch will be outside. Try to get her chasing. It'll be 1-2. One and two count for Rojo. Barely got a piece of it. Over to the second baseman. Was able to flip it over to first for the second out. Moving Brown over to third. There's now 2 outs in the inning.
Definitely. It's still a productive out. It's not the line drive that you want to get, but it still moves the runner over, and that's what you want to get. It's 2 outs, runner on third. Let's see if Justice Borden can bring home the runner.
As you said, we have number 13, Justice Borden, up, one of our players to watch. Let's see if she's able to move Brown from third to home. Inside pitch called ball. The count is 1-0. She looks over to Coach Bloss. We have the second pitch. Fouled off backwards. The count is now 1-1. Justin Borden, the third baseman, up. Fouled out. Just foul to make it 1-2 count. Seems as if she got that one inside on her hands.
Definitely, and I'm glad that ball stayed foul because she would have been a dead duck running to first. It was a really easy play to the third baseman. So
Payoff pitch out. First strikeout of the game for the Regals, and that'll do it for the Leopards this inning. So after a slight hit, moving her around, was not able to score. The score will stay 0-0 at the end of the first inning. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, I mean, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on here at St. Jude, and that's beating this thing.
Welcome back to Campus West for your SkyAC matchup between Cal Lutheran Regals and the University of Laverne Leopards. After a pretty slow first inning, the Leopards, they had a 3 up, 3 down batting attempt. Cal Lu allowed 1 hit for the Leopards, but not much was done after that. The score is still 0-0.
yeah, there's still plenty of this game left. I mean, it's a very slow first inning. Oh, actually, it's actually a very quick first inning. I mean, shutting down both teams, this game is still scoreless. So Rachel Rubio is going to be on the mound looking to continue her dominance against the Regals.
And we'll see if she is able to do that. We have Ori Mendoza, number 21, up to bat for the Regals. First pitch of that bat, swung on, little blooper over, dropped, flipped to first, not able to hold on. And it seemed like everything that could go wrong right there did. It was a little blooper to the pitcher.
Yeah,
seemed as if she was called off. Third baseman came over, flipped it to first. First base was not able to hold on to it. So it seems as if Ori's going to get an infield single.
Definitely. I thought Rachel Rubio, I thought that ball was within her reach, but things happened, and there's a runner on first.
Up next, we have number 6, Lexi Finland. Showed bunt, called strike, as the count is going to be 0-1. Second pitch of the set bat, inside, swung on, little blooper to short, not able to hold on to it.
Definitely, that ball ate up Shelby Tevish because she was looking for something clean, and that ball just ate her up, and she was not able to make a play on it. I tell you, those are tough ones as an infielder, and there's first and second now with no outs.
As it seems as if Coach Bloss is going to be calling for a timeout to talk to his team. It looked as if Tevis was trying to stop, wasn't able to get her footing right and fell. But for Cal Lu, it looks like these Regals aren't able to get full swings. It seems like there are a couple half swings that they're getting lucky on.
Definitely. That one, that infield base hit, if you want to call it that, reached on that hit was jammed her, honestly. It was off the middle of the bat, and it was a weak little infield dribbler that just ate Shelby Tevis up, and she was not able to make a play on it.
And we're not seeing anything different from the first inning. We're seeing a lot of the same things. It's just that defense behind her isn't able to get any outs and support her. So we have number 19, Natalie Winokur, up for her first strike of her at-bat. It will be 0-1.
Yeah, I definitely think that's one of Rubio's strengths. Like I said before, opponents hitting just .213 against her. She's not giving up a whole lot of hard contact, and that showed in these first 2 at-bats.
Another swung on foul behind the netting, and it'll be a quick 0-2 count with runners on first and second. No outs.
Definitely looking, I know her strikeout numbers aren't very high, but she's definitely looking to throw something maybe in the dirt here to get her to swing, because strikeout here in this inning is big.
Pitches on, swung, hit off the net. Caught, doesn't mean anything. The count still remains at 2 strikes. Winokur still up, the batter. Hit over to second base, flips it over to first. Able to get our first out of the inning. Both runners advance, though. We have Regals at third and second.
Yeah, not much you can do on that one other than go to first. He did the right thing. We got another out. It's second and third. Here's hoping that they can keep something not too hard hit on the infield so they can go home if necessary.
With one out, we have number 10, Celeste Ekman, up with runners in scoring position. First pitch to the at-bat. Called strike, little inside for an 0-1 count. Rubio not doing too bad as she only has 14 pitches so far. Swung on, foul. Good contact, though.
Really one of the first instances of hard contact that Rubio has given up. That ball was scorched, but fortunately it went foul, and count remains 0-2.
Count is 0-2, as you said, and it seems as if that was our first full swing from the Regals. Outside corner, called strike. First strikeout of the day for Rubio. And just like that, it'll be 2 outs now.
What do you think about that call? It looks a little generous to me. It definitely maybe caught the outside corner.
It looked a little generous indeed. As we have a pinch hitter now for Regal.
Interesting decision here, having a pinch hitter in just the second inning, but I'm sure there's a reason behind this, why the Regals coach decided to put this pinch hitter in. But it says
pitch was high, swung on for a strike.
This is pinch hitter Marissa Alfaya. She's an outfielder. Just looking to bring home those runners from second and third, just one out. Just
swung on, seemed as if it was tipped, still caught.
My apologies, 2 outs.
Oh, we're actually going to call an interference. It seems as if she hit off the catcher's glove. And it seems as if that's the call they're going to go with. It seemed as if pinch hitter number 12, Riley Grau, her bat touched the catcher's glove. So instead of a strike, we're going to have bases loaded. Inside pitch, ball 1.
Definitely in those instances, catcher's interference, it does happen. It's rare, but it does happen. It can definitely be frustrating when you're having a great at-bat against the hitter and the bat hits the glove and you're advanced to first. So looking to get out of this one without any damage done. It's a 2-ball count, and the catcher is going out to talk to Rubio.
Just like that, 2 balls, as you said, no strikes. We have double zeros out there. Natalie Luna to see if she can make a dent. Swung on, foul for the first strike of this at bat. It will now be 2-1. Two on 1 count for the Regals. Pitch was low. It'll be 3-1.
Yeah, definitely a pitch that you want to throw there. A little bit low though. It's a 3-1 count.
Pitch blopped up. Second baseman running over. Not able to get it in foul territory.
I tell you got to be careful on those 3-1 counts. Those the hitters count, and just threw it right down the middle, and she was looking for it. Lucky that it was popped foul out of play, but definitely got to be careful on this. You got the bases loaded in a full count. You don't want to throw her anything outside.
This is the at-bat Luna's looking for. We have a full count, 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Let's see if the Regals can strike first. Full count pitch, hit, able to make up for it, and no damage done. So after a scary bases loaded situation for the Leopards, the score remains 0-0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Adam, we were talking about the first inning earlier, and it seemed as if she made quick work. You know, it was about 7 pitches, able to get some quick outs, but it wasn't because of great pitching. It was because of that defense behind her. You know, she was able to put it in positions to where her defense was behind her and able to make up for it. There were a couple situations out here where her defense wasn't able to do that for her.
Yeah, definitely. There were a couple situations like that, but I got to give credit to the second baseman. That is a run-saving play right there. And I must give credit to Rubio as well. That ball was not hit horribly hard. It seemed to be hit off the middle part of the bat, and there was just a little floater out to the second baseman. If that ball is hit hard and goes in the gap, that could potentially score 3 runs right there. That could have been serious trouble.
Second baseman Nia Brown indeed doing her job. She was able to make up for it. That little blooper out in foul territory. I saw her running out. I thought she was going to get it, but able to make up for it right there.
Definitely. That is a dazzling play by second baseman Nia Brown.
Now up after that scary inning for the Leopards, they're going to have a chance of their own to do some damage. So we're going to have Catherine Navarro up, the first baseman for Laverne, number 21.
Yeah, Kat Navarro looking to improve her stats on the season's only hitting .244 at this moment, but she's looking to do some damage against Regal starting pitching.
Leading off the Leopards, number 21, Kat Navarro.
Let's see if the senior's able to get things started off for the Leopards here today. First pitch of the at-bat is up. Swung on foul towards third base side. As the count is now 0-1. Coach Bloss seems to be telling her hit it over there as he was pointing towards left center. As the count is 0-1, Navarro looks for her second pitch of the at-bat. High to even up the count at 1-1.
Definitely. Second instance of her maybe trying to throw some kind of rising pitch there and just slipped out of her hand. And fortunately, Laverne hitters, Kat Navarro in this case, didn't bite. It's a 1-1 count.
Hit on, looks like it's going foul territory off the netting to make the count now 1-2. Kat Navarro, a big hitter for the Leopards last season, seems to be cooling off a little bit this season. Let's see if she's able to build off of what she started. Looks as if it bounced off home plate, so that'll be foul. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, staying alive. That's definitely trying to stay alive with that swing off the end of the bat and just bounced foul, but had the right idea, trying to swing at anything close when you get 2 strikes.
Right, you are. Staying alive is what she's doing, and it's also a great song. Count is now 1-2. Very much outside to even it up again at 2-2.
Good take, didn't bite.
And this is when we start to see those senior tendencies. You know, she's up here 0-2, able to fight against this count. Pulled it again, a foul. Count remains 2-2. Someone in the crowd said what I was thinking. That was indeed a rocket.
Most definitely. Watch out, third base coach.
Hit on in fair territory. And caught for the first out of this inning. Number 13, Onsto with the
Taylor
out.
Gray.
As we will have our second batter of this inning, Taylor Gray for the Leopards.
Definitely still a freshman on the team, so she's looking to get her ups and definitely looking to improve over her seasons as the years progress. But here she is stepping in. She's got a 0-1 count, and she's looking to find her way on base against a pitcher that's eating up Laverne hitters right now.
We have a low pitch. The count is now even at 1-1. like you said, when freshmen come out and they're starting in a lineup, it means something's really good about them.
Definitely. Coach Dennis Bloss sees potential in Taylor Gray right now, and let's hope she can find her way on base. She squares to bunt. Now it's a one ball, 2 strike count.
As you said, bunt, foul territory behind her to the left. Center fielder for the Leopards up with a 1-2 count. She doesn't go chasing that outside pitch, as it is now a 2-2 count.
Definitely, you gotta be careful, because the good pitchers will try to trick you with outside pitches that look really titillating to strike you out.
Inside pitch swung on for the second strikeout for Henry today.
Tell you, that was a great pitch. That was in on the hands. That even if she made contact, it would be weak contact, even if it was fair up along the third base line. That's a great pitch by the Regals' starting pitcher.
Tawny Mack.
2 up, 2 down as we have Tawny Mack up to bat. First pitch of the at bat, swung on up the middle, able to find a gap, and Laverne gets a hitter on base with 2 outs.
Definitely solid single up the middle, and Tawny Mack is on first base with a 2-out single.
See if things are able to get going now for Laverne, as we have the catcher, number 41, Bailey Groney, up to bat.
Number 41, Bailey Ronnie.
Choked up inside, thrown to second, and that'll be the 3rd out of this inning.
That was very reminiscent of Tawny Mack's single up the middle 1 at bat ago, but it was just a little bit softer hit right to the second baseman, who flipped to second base for the force out.
So after a quick hit, quick inning, the score remains 0-0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Welcome back to Campus West for our matchup between the Cal Lutheran Regals and the University of Laverne Leopards. After a scary inning for the Leopards, the Regals had bases loaded opportunity, were not able to score on anything, and then after the Leopards came up, they got a late single, were not able to build off of it, and that's how we still have our 0-0 score today, Adam.
Yeah, definitely. That inning was capped by a couple miscues defensively by the Leopards, but fortunately the defense taketh away, but the defense giveth as well, because second baseman Nia Brown was able to get the last out of that inning, prevent any runs from scoring. So that's fantastic work by Nia Brown, keeping her team in the game and keeping this game scoreless.
Right, you said, as we have the Regals up to bat. Started walking as if she was going to swing. Pulls back on it. We have We have the top of the order again. We have Maya Onsto up to bat. The count is 1-0. Swung on up to Nia Brown, flipped over to first. And that'll make quick work, as Onsto is now 0-2 for the day.
Yeah, definitely. Nia Brown staying busy there at second base. Another decently well-hit ball to her, but an easy routine play. She flips it to first base for the out.
We have number 2 up for the Regals, center fielder Lauren Salvati. Swung on right to third base. Borden was able to lift her glove up real quick, and just like that, 2 up, 2 down, Adam.
Borden played that ball perfectly. If she is not in that spot at that time, or her reflexes are not fast enough to catch that, that goes down the left field line. That could easily be a double, maybe even a triple, depending on how fast the runner is.
I tell people third base is the scariest position.
Definitely the hot corner for a reason.
All right. Inside pitch called strike for number 20, Kendall Maranesi.
Definitely something to keep note of. The umpire strike zone seems a little bit tight today, so hitters will definitely have to keep an eye on that.
Same location, same result. It is an 0-2 count. 0-2 count, 2 outs. It looks as if it's going to be a quick inning for the Leopards so far.
Definitely. Give her something maybe a little bit low so she can chase.
You said a little low so she can chase, and that's what happened.
Definitely off the end of the bat, staying alive on that one. It's a foul ball. It's an 0-2 count. Definitely think Rubio should throw something outside, maybe a little bit high, maybe a little bit low. Doesn't even matter if it's a ball. You're still ahead in the count.
Outside for a foul hit to stay alive at 0-2. Maranesi doing a good job staying alive. Outside pitch, didn't get her swinging this time as the count is now 1-2.
Yeah, that was definitely a chase pitch. It didn't work at that time, but that's definitely what her intent was. Get her to swing at a pitch that was way out of the strike zone, but Maranesi didn't bite.
Pitch inside, jammed her, foul towards the right side as the count remains 1-2. And then this is where the games start, right? I've been throwing inside. She hasn't been swinging. I'm going to go outside, see if I can get her chasing. Where do you think she's looking now? Didn't have to ask.
Oh, yeah.
It was inside. All 3 strikes came from that inside to end this inning.
Tell you what, I thought she was going to go low, but she caught that inside corner again. The umpire is definitely calling that pitch today, but it's fantastic. Batter, I think, was looking for something else, but it was called strike 3. And Rubio is out of the inning alive.
There we go. We had a strikeout, some good defensive plays, and just like that, the score remains the Regals 0, the Leopards 0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. All right, Adam. It's the bottom of the third. I think we get a sense of how this game's going.
Definitely.
It's not going to be a huge pitching matchup. It's going to be, am I able to hit those spots to where I can trust my defense that they're going to be in the right position? And so far, both teams seem to be able to live by that.
Definitely. Neither of these pitchers are, in my opinion, strikeout machines, but it just goes to show that strikeouts are not necessarily the mark of a good pitcher. It's all about efficiency, and these pitchers are keeping their pitch counts low, and they're able to get very efficient, soft ground ball outs, pop flies, all kinds of different outs. It doesn't really matter if you're blowing batters away with your pitches, as long as you're being efficient. And both of these pitchers right now are being very efficient.
Number 24, Shelby.
As you said, not big strikeout machines, as we have Megan Henry still pitching 2 innings, 2 strikes, no walks, no earned runs at 33 pitches. Up to bat for the Leopards, we have number 24 shortstop Shelby Tevis. First pitch of the at-bat. Lined right up the middle to the center fielder for a quick single to start this off. That ball got out of there in a hurry.
Yeah, that ball was scorched right up the middle for a solid base hit. Pitcher had to get out of the way of that one. That one could have been pretty bad if she maybe just a little bit more to her right.
Lauren Salvati did a great job of staying in front of that, not letting anything get behind her. We have Nia Brown up. She is 1 for 1 on the day so far.
Definitely. The center fielder, I mean, I know it's a bummer that you're not able to make those outs, but she did her job perfectly. Kept that ball in front of her and from going to the wall. And you keep that runner at first base, and you keep your team in good position to get out of this inning unscathed.
First pitch for number 5 is called strike. Shows bunt, pulls back, outside pitch. It is a ball.
Thinking maybe we can see a stolen base here by Tevis, possibly.
Inside pitch, a little too inside for the second ball this at bat.
Definitely. Hoping that she can maybe get a 3-1 count and the hitters count so she can get something she can hit, maybe driving the gap in left field.
Count is 2-1. Another inside pitch, dribbled over. Umpire says foul ball.
Tell you, that's a bummer that that's a foul ball because on the throw to second base, second baseman actually dropped that. And by the time Tevis had slid into second base, I think she would have been safe, so it would have been possibly second and first with no out, but a foul ball, so Brown gets another opportunity to maybe get a better hit.
Looked as if it hit Brown's left foot. She's shaking around to see if she's okay. And Brown's going to stay out here. We get some cheers from the crowd. And after that foul ball, the count is now even at 2-2 with Tevis still on first. Pitch outside, throw to first. Just trying to keep Tevis honest. So with a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, Tevis on first. Let's see if Brown's able to keep this inning going.
Yeah, I think she did the right thing on that pitch. The umpire has been calling that inside pitch. He called it all last inning, and hitters were getting frustrated, so I definitely think she did the right thing fouling that pitch off because you don't know if the umpire's going to call that or not. She's staying alive. It's a 3-2 count, looking to get a better pitch this at-bat.
Off Brown's left foot. She swings at another inside pitch. Foul towards the left field line. As the count will remain 3-2 for Brown.
Yeah, definitely following that hitter's mantra. If it's close and you've got 2 strikes, you got to swing at it, and that pitch was too close to call.
Another foul down the left field line. And what's really awesome about what Brown's doing is you can see she keeps scooting back. She was crowding the box in the beginning, and then now it seems that she keeps taking those steps because she knows that they're going to be inside pitches.
Definitely.
The count is still full at 3-2. Inside pitch hit straight to third, throw to first, double play. As we have a 5-3 double play.
I think Tevis thought that ball was maybe going to scoot by the third baseman, but I tell you, that is a heads-up play by the Regals' third baseman and firing a strike back to first to double off Tevis. And there's 2 outs now. The base is empty. We got a new hitter.
Just like that, from a good-looking opportunity to 2 outs.
I tell you, it's all about strategy. You got to be careful with line drives like that. And you're the runner on first. You got to freeze to make sure that they're not caught. And Tevis got doubled up on a laser throw by third baseman. We got 2 outs here. Frankie Juarez with the bases empty.
First pitch outside, ball 1. Second pitch looked like it was the same location, but called strike. So it is now a 1-1 count for Francesca Juarez. Juarez is 0 for 1 so far on the contest today. Another outside pitch, ball, it'll be 2-1.
All joking aside, I'm surprised the umpire didn't call that one a strike because he has loved that inside corner the entire game. So Frankie Juarez has got a 2-1 count now. Looking to get something maybe she can put on the ground and beat out.
Pitch was a little high to make it now a 3-1 count for the left fielder. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Let's see if Juarez is able to keep this inning alive. And just like that, it'll be a walk, the first walk by Henry today to keep this Leopard inning alive.
Now batting, number 25, Gianna Rojo.
Up now, we have number 25, Gianna Rojo. She's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch of this at bat is low and outside for the first ball. It'll be 1-0. Inside pitch, we have a steal. She was safe initially, went off the bag, and was eventually tagged out. And just like that, when we come back next inning, Rojo will still be up. So after a quick inning for both teams, the score remains 0-0. You are watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
Here at Campus West, as you see the pep band. Not much pep so far, as it is still a 0-0 contest here between the Cal Lutheran Regals and the University of Laverne Leopards. Adam, there was some good defensive plays and then just some things that shouldn't have happened offensively.
Yeah, definitely. We were talking about the last inning. Francesco Hordes, who had a stolen base basically in the bag. She was running very quickly and looking like she couldn't be beat. Initially safe, but she slid off of the bag and her hand came off second base and she was tagged out, which is definitely frustrating. I know that she will definitely look to be sliding maybe a little bit earlier next time around when she's on base.
And we'll see. As the first pitch of this at-bat is low, called ball for number 21, Ariana Mendoza. Second pitch drilled into the net. That one looked like a rocket, as the count's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, I'm glad that one went foul. That one had some pretty good distance on it. Maybe be a double of left field, if not over the fence.
That one would have went into the baseball field. Little blooper, can't be reached. And instead of a 1-0 count, now we are real quick down to a 1-2 count for Mendoza.
Definitely Rubio, definitely trying to get a strikeout or maybe a pop fly or something. Get Mendoza out and off the base path. She looks like a big hitter.
Outside pitch just over Nia Brown.
I spoke too soon. The solid line drive base hit to right field. Mendoza is on with no outs.
A little high for Brown, not able to fully extend out, and just like that, Mendoza's able to get her first hit of this contest.
Yeah, definitely. That's one way to beat the infield, just hit it over their heads, and that's exactly what happened.
We're going to be having a pinch runner for the Regals, it seems.
15 for 21.
As we will be having 15 for 21, as the umpire just told us.
Pinch runner for Cal Lutheran, number 15, Megan Dillon.
Up now, we have Lexi Finland. Quick little bunt, caught.
Hey, you're going to be backing up, not clapping!
Great heads-up play by the Leopards senior, Catherine Navarro.
This is a fantastic play, but it's an interesting choice to bunt right there. I maybe would have seen a couple more pitches, but if you're going to bunt, you need to put something on the ground to advance the runner, because
the ball looks high, not going to go into the net, caught by number 13, Justice Borden.
Definitely thought that one would hit the net. But going back to the bunt play, you definitely need to hit something on the ground, even if it's pretty shallow, so you can advance the runner. When you pop up a bunt like that, it doesn't do anybody any good because you just cost your team an out, and that's exactly what happened.
Winokur, real quick foul out of bounds. And now up we have number 10, first baseman Celeste Ekman. First pitch, low, called ball. And as we've learned, Adam, things don't stay pretty real quick for both these teams. Both of them look like they had good opportunities, and then the tides change really fast.
Definitely.
Second pitch to this at bat. Another low pitch, as it's going to be 2-0. We have Ekman up, 2 balls, 0 strikes, 2 outs. The pinch runner on at first.
Goes back to the name of the game for these pitchers, efficiency. Even if you start off with a line drive single or whatever, you got to buckle down and you got to be able to get your runners out. You can maintain your efficiency and keep your team in the game. There's a 3-0 count.
3-0. Are you going to see Taryn Fall try anything at all at first base, or?
I wouldn't personally, because
we see a first strike of this at bat.
On a 3-0 count, I wouldn't personally do anything, because if there's a ball, then you advance to second anyway. But even if it's a strike, I would see a couple more pitches, because you don't want to run your team out of the inning.
A 3-1 count for Ekman. Sees 2 strikes in a row. So from 3-0 to full count we go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at first.
Definitely, it was a hitter's count, and that was a fastball. It painted the outside corner. That was a fantastic pitch by Rubio.
Inside pitch, swung on, finds the gap in left center. Fall's coming home. Nope, correction, stayed at third, as we have a stand-up double by Ekman.
I tell you, the left fielder played that ball perfectly. He kept that ball in front of her, and she got the throw in very quickly to prevent the runner on third from scoring. That is fantastic fielding by the left fielder, and it keeps this game scoreless. Again, it's not ideal. It's not the perfect diving catch that you want to see. It's not going to make the highlight reel, but she did the right thing and kept the runner from scoring. And Rubio has a chance to get out of this inning unscathed if she can get the next hitter.
Great hit by Ekman. There's now runners in scoring position for number 12, Riley Grau. She fouls it off into the net. The count is now 0-1. Let's see if Grau's able to do anything with this. Second pitch to the at-bat. High, swung on for the count to now be 0-2. Got 0 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with runners on second and third for the Regals. Remember, last game, 4th inning is where they did all their damage. Regals last game won 4-1, scoring all 4 runs in the 4th inning. That pitch is high. The count will be 1-2.
Trying to get her to chase, and definitely took a look at that one. Good eye. It's 1-2 count.
A 1-2 count. Swung on, fouled backwards again, as the count will remain 1-2.
Definitely a big gap in between shortstop and second base, so anything over there that's decently well hit could potentially score 2 runs. You got to be careful.
We had him run and dribble her down the third base line. Borden throws it to first, straight extension, and just like that, the inning is done. Again, a little scary for the Leopards, but they come out of it with no runs scored. So at the middle of the 4th, the score remains 0-0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Well, Adam.
Well,
I don't know if there's such thing as an announcer's jinx. I say it looks like things are going to be okay. I say it looks like it's going to score. It's just they're not able to do anything with these opportunities.
Definitely. This game is still scoreless, and Rubio is proving herself very well at scattering these hits and not giving up runs. I will give her credit for that. Just keeping the Regals off the board, and let's see what Megan Henry for the Regals can do. If Leos can finally break through and score off her, or if she's going to throw another scoreless frame, I'm excited to see this bottom half of the inning.
Henry, like you said earlier, none of them seem like they're strikeout machines. Henry, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 innings. She's looking good so far this going into about half the game, as she only has about 48 pitches pitched.
Now batting number 25, Gianna Rojo.
And if we remember, last inning is when we had someone caught stealing at second.
Yeah,
so
Francesco Hordes overslid second base, and her hand came off the bag, and she was called out, and Rojo is given second life as the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 4th for this inning. Let's see if she can get something going.
As you said, Gianna Rojo will remain the batter, as the count is now 1-0 after that low pitch. Second pitch called high for the second ball. It'll now be 2-0. Inside pitch, that's been iffy all day, but he's going to call it a ball for it to be 3-0 for Rojo.
Definitely went the Leopards' way. That pitch, borderline, it could go either way, and definitely benefited Rojo. She got a 3-0 count. I wouldn't be swinging in this instance unless it's right down the middle.
As we talked about those inside pitches, that one's called strike. It is now 3-1. Rojo is 0 for 1 on the day.
Hitters count. Henry's going to be trying to throw a strike to keep Rojo off the base path, so if it's there, I would swing at it.
Very much inside, and that's going to be a walk.
Almost hit her, it looked like.
Threw his hands up. It might have, actually. It might have actually hit her. Either way, they're going to get her on first. And Rojo is going to be off first base as we have a pinch hitter come in. So right now we have Justice Borden, third baseman, number 13, up to bat. Coach Bloss having a talk with his on-deck hitter, Borden, and the now pinch runner. Looks as if Greer is going to be pinch runner. Yep, it will be Gear. As we look at that scoreless scoreboard.
Now batting.
Could definitely see that move making sense. We're almost halfway through the game, and the game is still scoreless. We're trying to get anything we could started, so lifting Rojo for a much faster pinch runner could definitely be the move here.
And don't forget, it's also a doubleheader, so they got a second game against him later today.
Absolutely. Want to rest your players as much as you can.
Borden, who has one strikeout on the day, down to bunt, foul down the third base line. Grier is fast.
No kidding. That was crazy. Had that ball stayed fair, she would have already reached second by the time the third baseman picked up the ball.
I blink, I look up, and she was already there. All right, count is now 0-1 with still 0 outs in this inning.
Definitely.
Laid down a bunt. Called fair. Missed the first baseman. It looks as if Grier slides the third base again. Second time we have seen that today for the Leopards, and that Leopards coach is not happy.
Yeah, definitely. The Leopards third base coach visibly upset with his player oversliding the bag once again. Definitely cost the team an out. It would have been runners at first and third, runners at the corners with no outs, but instead we got a runner on first with 1 out. I mean, the bunt was perfect for a sacrifice, and the catcher completely missed the first baseman on the throw.
That she did. Number 21, Catherine Navarro, is up. Drives it down the left field line, just foul.
Tell you, that would have been a good one had it stayed fair.
Yes, it would have. And like we said, these Leopards have been oversliding the bag. Is it because they're just too fast, or is it because they're sliding a little later at them?
I definitely think they're sliding a little bit later. Maybe some of that comes from nerves, but you definitely got to slide early so you stay on the bag. That's crucial when you play good teams like Cal Lutheran. You don't want to help them out.
Ball driven to left center, and it looks as if it's gone. The senior Navarro with a home run, 2-run home run to put the Leopards on the board.
I tell you, Navarro had been struggling at the plate recently, but this makes up for it. That ball was crushed out the left center field. A 2-run home run, and the Leopards lead 2-0.
So 1 home run on the year turns into 2 for the senior. Just like that, this game gets blown open.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Taylor Gray has been pinched hit for, so now we're going to have number 33, Gabriella Underwood, up to bat for Gray.
And changing for the Leopards, number 33, Gabby Underwood.
Here's Gabby Underwood with the bases empty and a 2-0 lead with just 1 out. Let's see if she can keep the rally going.
Like you said, 1 out, bases now cleared. Let's see what Underwood can do. As Underwood just found out, like the rest of the batters, that inside pitch is crucial for this umpire. It is now 0-1.
Definitely. Well, Verne has a 2-0 lead, and they can sit pretty for a little bit, but they don't want to get too comfortable because Cal Lutheran could easily come back if they let their guard down.
Foul tipped. The count is now 0-2. Looks as if the sun has fully come out to play. Umpire goes and walks the softball over to the pitcher, Henry. And play will resume with an 0-2 count for number 33. Outside pitch, called ball. It's going to be 1-2.
Definitely looked like a good pitch, maybe just missed the plate by a little bit, but a strikeout here or any kind of out is very important for Megan Henry. She wants to maintain her composure, keep her poise because she wants to keep her team in the game.
Inside pitch swung on. Strike 3 for the pinch hitter, Underwood.
Definitely, that's big. I know her team is losing 2-0, but that deficit is definitely able to be overcome. It's definitely still a close game, so it's important to keep your guard up and keep pitching as best as you can to keep this game competitive.
Up next, we have number 14, Tawny Mack, who drilled a single up the middle last time. First pitch is low for first ball. Second pitch of this at bat. It'll be high for the second ball. It'll be 2-0, 2 outs. Swung on straight to the third baseman, thrown out for the second out. Correction, third out. And that'll do it for this inning. So after a great 2-run home run by Navarro, cuts things up. The Leopards lead 2 against the Regals, 0. You are watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
My son Aiden has asthma. Secondhand smoke has triggered his asthma so bad to the point where he had to end up in the emergency room. And he has spent multiple nights in intensive care. Now he's on a whole bunch of medications. My tip to you is, don't be shy to tell people not to smoke around your kids.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Here at Campus West, it seems as if the Leopards and the Regals switched places from last game. Yesterday, the Regals flew open in the 4th inning, scoring all their runs. Today, the Leopards, Catherine Navarro hits a 2-run home run to put the Leopards on top, 2-0. And Adam, you and I were talking, it could have been a 3-run home run.
Definitely, it could have been a 3-run home run, but the pinch runner that was brought in to replace Gianna Rojo overslid third base and was tagged out on a play where the batter laid down a bunt and the catcher threw to first, overthrew the first baseman, and on the play to third, runner who would have been there in plenty of time overslid, was called out.
Correct, you are. We got double zeros up for the Regals. Natalie Luna, she's 0-1 on the day, and after the first pitch of this at bat, it's going to be a 1-0 count. Pitch is high for a 2-0 count now for Luna. As we're going to have a pitcher-catcher conference.
Definitely. Probably just telling her to keep her composure. You have a 2-run lead. Nothing to worry about. Just throw strikes. Definitely is a beautiful day out here. It's sunny, but it's not too hot. Nice breeze coming in. Is a beautiful day for baseball.
And softball.
And softball.
The hit is up the middle. Brown able to field it. Flips it over to first. And Luna is out as she is 0 for 2 on the day. As we are going to start back at the top of the lineup for the Regals, we're going to have Maya, number 13, come up. Maya Onsta is up to bat for the Regals. She is 0 and 2 as well. Let's see if she's able to get on base for the first time today. Off-speed pitch, low, but called for a strike. It's going to be 0 and 1. Second pitch of this at bat. Swung on, right back to Brown, flips again. Tell me if you've heard this. For the second out of this inning.
This is what you want to see when you're Rubio. Again, not a big strikeout person, but she's getting weak contact, decently hard hit balls, nothing too hard on the ground to her defense, and they got her back. There's 2 outs.
Now we have center fielder number 2, Lauren Salvati. Hits it right back to Brown, thrown to first, and just like that, the top of this inning is over. So after Brown making a couple ground balls, flipping them over to first, the Regals will stay scoreless as the Leopards still lead 2 to the Regals 0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Well, Adam.
Moving at lightning speed, definitely.
Yeah.
That was very, very fast. Maybe just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I feel like I just watched that on replay. It was just
like I was watching highlights or something.
Wow, it's interesting, this top of the lineup for the Regals. It's a little lefty heavy. You know, we have 2 lefties to start it off, and then we end up having Marinesi come up, who is a righty, to kind of break things up. But no, Rubio seems to be able to fare well against lefties so far today.
It's the weak contact. Again, they're not hitting at a very high average against her, and I can definitely see why. A lot of inside pitches, getting jammed, a lot of weak contact. She is doing her job as a pitcher very, very well. It explains why her...
And as Adam said earlier, it is a great day for softball. We saw the fans in the outfield. We got fans watching from all different angles. We got those in the airplane that just flew over. They're watching. As we will go to the bottom of the 5th to see if the Leopards are able to keep building over their lead so far. Up for the Leopards, we have number 11, Clarissa Salazar. She will be pinch hitting.
Now batting the Leopards, number 11, Clarissa Salazar.
All right, and it looks like Salazar will be starting things off for this inning, as right now it is about 61 degrees here in Laverne. It says mostly cloudy, but the sun is breaking through as we see our first strike. This at bat is 0 and 1.
Definitely. Plenty. It's been rainy as of late, but today it's very sunny out, lots of light, and it's not too hot. It's just a great day.
And not much better way to start out. You got Salazar moving over to first, getting hit by a pitch, and it seems as if we are going to have Shelby Tevis up, number 24.
Definitely. Where would you say that hit her? Did that clip jersey, or did that actually hit her leg, or what happened there?
Well, it's one of those things where even if it touches an article of clothing, it is considered a hit by a pitch.
Definitely. I'm just wanting to make sure that our players stay healthy and don't get hurt, because
foul territory.
You got a doubleheader right after this, and we got a bunch more games to go in the season.
Right, you are. It is only the beginning. As Tevis is up, she is 1 for 1 on the day. Trying to move on to 2 and 2 for the day. Shows bunt. Almost was bad. Called strike, wasn't able to pull it back, but great idea by the catcher to try to keep Salazar honest at first.
Definitely a better throw maybe could have gotten Salazar, but you got to be careful when you stray too far off first, because the catcher with a good arm can catch you napping over there.
Another outside pitch. The count will be 1 and 2. Henry, 3 strikeouts on the day, 2 walks. Trying to get another strikeout. Just on the outside corner, called ball. It's going to be 2-2.
I tell you, Megan Henry wants that outside corner, and she's not quite getting it on these at-bats. I'll tell you, that was a good pitch. Maybe just a couple more inches inside, and she would have gotten a strikeout.
Hit straight to the shortstop. Held Salazar at bay at first. And that'll be the first out of this inning. We will go back to the top of the inning, the top of the lineup for the Leopards with Nia Brown.
Number 5.
I tell you, Salazar had the right idea there. It was a line drive caught right by the shortstop. It was a very hard hit, but she froze and she stayed at first to avoid being doubled off. That's great base running.
Well, haven't been able to say that for much of their other base running today so far.
Still got the lead, though.
Pitch a little outside, called strike for the first pitch of Brown's at bat. It is 0-1.
Definitely think the coach will be having to talk with them afterward about that, about base running.
Umpire had a few words with Brown. And we will continue. We have Salazar taken off, able to get into second. Not able to hold on to the ball, and just like that, Brown has a single.
I'll tell you, Salazar was very lucky that ball didn't hit her, because if a ball hits the runner while it's in play, that runner is called out. And very lucky she got to second base without that ball hitting her.
Just like that, Salazar takes off, makes it over to second. Brown is now at first with 1 out in the bottom of this 5th inning. We have runners at first and second. We have another pinch hitter up. Instead of number 1, we are now going to have number 4, Marissa Acosta. Coach Bloss seems to be having a talk with those players out right now. My assumption would be that he's talking about smarter base running.
Definitely. They definitely got a 2-0 lead here, but you want to be able to add on because Cal Lutheran could potentially break through in the later innings, and you don't want to have only a 2-run lead. You want to be able to capitalize on any situation that you're given here in this game, because Cal Lutheran's pitching, aside from the home run, has actually been pretty good today. It's been very efficient at getting outs, so you want to make sure that you work with the opportunities that you're given and don't squander them.
Correct, you are. Costa's up to bat. She has 3 at-bats on the season. She's played 6 games. The freshman has not recorded a hit so far in her career, so we'll see if she's able to get her first one here today. Number 4 up to bat for her first pitch. Pitch inside for a ball. It is going to be 1-0.
I tell you, Megan Henry loves those inside fastballs, and while they can be called for strikes, you got to be careful that they're not close enough to touch the batter because you don't want to let Leopards hitters on by hit by pitch.
We've already had 2 Leopards hit by a pitch so far this inning. There's another inside pitch called for a ball. It's going to be 2-0. Third pitch down the middle for a called strike. It's going to be 1-2.
Definitely looking to take there. Probably anticipating something inside or outside, but she sees the inside pitch, caught most of the zone. She got a feel for what kind of stuff Henry's throwing.
Pulled the trigger on that one, not able to make contact as the count is now even, 2-2. See what the freshman's able to do. 2-2 count. Another pitch inside for now a full count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second.
Tell you, those pitches that Laverne hitters are not biting on, those inside pitches that aren't called for strikes, Laverne is doing a very good job laying off of those.
Koska hits a little blooper in between first and second. And congratulations to the freshman. She has her first hit.
Definitely. First hit of the season?
First hit of the season. First hit career here at Laverne.
Congratulations, Marissa Acosta. First of many hits to come, and the bases are now loaded with one out. As a soft hit single through the hole between first and second base, just out of the reach of the second baseman. Found its way into right field. Not deep enough to score the runners, though. We got Gianna Rojo coming up with the bases loaded and one out.
Gianna is 0 for 1 on the day.
Now batting number 25.
Was walked earlier.
Rojo.
Let's see if she's able to make some damage with the bases loaded.
I'll tell you, even if it's not a monster home run or anything, just a sac fly would probably be able to score a run and extend the Leopards' lead here.
First pitch is outside for a 1-0 count. Second pitch of this at bat. Little inside pitch swung on for the first strike. The count is now 1-1 with one out. Henry's getting up there now. She has 78 total pitches. Hit down the third base line, thrown home, out, but the bases remain full. Great heads-up play by the third baseman for the Regals.
Definitely. I think possibly they got the out at home. That's fantastic. You always want to get the lead runner to keep this game just the same as it was, 2-0. But I think a better throw could have potentially turned into a double play. That throw home was caught, but it was a little bit low enough to the point that the catcher was probably not going to be able to get an out anywhere else. So the bases remain loaded with 2 outs. Laverne caught a break there. That could have potentially been a double play ball.
Like you said, Marinesi threw the ball a little low, not able to do anything else with it. From one third baseman to another, we have Borden, little blooper in between third and short to score a run as Brown comes in to expand this lead as the Leopards now lead 3-0.
I tell you, that was a ball that was not hit very hard, but just past the outstretched glove, the dive of the shortstop for the Regals. Probably wishing that she played maybe a little bit shifted to the right, maybe had a better chance of getting that ball, but just past the shortstop, soft enough to the left fielder to be able to score a run.
Like you said, Winokur laid out for it, not able to get her glove on it as it rolled to the left fielder. Up next, we have number 21, Catherine Navarro. And we know a little bit about what she's been able to do so far this game.
Yeah, definitely. She had come into this game struggling batting average-wise, struggling at the plate, and she actually put Laverne on the board with a 2-run homer there in the 4th inning. Homer to left center field, just got over the wall. We thought maybe it was going to bounce off the top of the wall, but that cleared the fence, and Navarro broke her slump and put her team on the board. And here she is looking to do it again. You fancy a grand slam, maybe?
I'm happy with any sort of offense in a game.
Absolutely.
Cat Navarro 1 for 2 on the game, as you said.
Let's see what she
2
does.
RBIs with the home run. First pitch, foul towards the left side. The count is now 0-1 with 2 outs.
I can tell you, if you look over on the Regals bullpen, they have another pitcher, number 11, warming up, possibly in relief of Megan Henry if things start to go awry during this inning.
Well, as I said earlier, Henry is now up to 82 pitches, so it seems as if her time's coming. We
Definitely.
have an outside pitch. The count is now 1-1.
Regals coaches are probably hoping that she can get out of this inning unscathed, but after this, I imagine that she will be lifted for a reliever.
We have the third pitch of this at bat. Inside. Ball. As the count is now 2-1.
Definitely seems like maybe the umpire expanded his strike zone a little bit because he seemed to be calling that pitch earlier in the game, but now he's not.
Pitch is on. Another inside pitch.
That one was low.
It's going to be 3-1. As you said, low and inside. Navarro has seen many different situations in her years here. As the senior's up, trying to get a couple more runs on the board. And just like that, Navarro's walked, and we get one more run for the Leopards. It is now going to be a 4-0 lead. Navarro walked, goes to first.
I think this will signal the end for starting pitcher Megan Henry. If not a pitching coach, I think this will be the end of her day, though. She will leave. Yep, that'll be it for starting pitcher Megan Henry. She leaves. She leaves after 4 2/3, giving up 4 runs, though possibly more. She's responsible for the bases loaded.
As you said, 4 2/3, 3 runs earned. Gave up 4, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. As the crowd applauds her, she comes off. Taylor Gray is going to be up, and the first batter to be faced.
Tell you, this is a tough spot. I do not envy relievers when they come into this position. That you have the bases loaded and you come in cold and you got to get an out. I do not envy them. It is going to be a tough situation to come into, and number 11 for the Regals is hoping that she can record one more out to maybe keep this game from getting out of hand.
As you said, number 11, the senior Brittany Workman is out here trying to get the Regals out of trouble. The senior from Canyon High School, trying to get her team out of this.
There's a brief meeting on the pitcher's mound, coming together, probably just telling her to stay calm, that she only needs to get one out. Some high fives and knuckle bumps exchanged, and this one's about to get underway.
Right you are, Adam. Taylor Gray, number 7 for the Leopards, is 0-1 for the day with a strikeout. Looking to see if she can add anything for this Leopard team. Inside pitch for a ball. It's going to be 1-0. One ball, 0 strikes, 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th inning so far. Pitch over the plate, called strike. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Taylor Gray squaring up against Workman. Makes a little bit of contact, foul towards the left base side. The count will now be 1-2. One and 2 count. High to even the count out at now 2-2.
Seemed like a little bit of a brushback pitch, too. High and a little bit inside. Push Gray off the plate. Let's do it again. It's a 2-2 count.
Workman's trying to find her zone as the 2-2 pitch is up. Hit right.
There you go.
To left center. Center fielder comes in, throws it. 2-run score. No one's at first, though. Able to get back. 3 runs are scored. And what could have been another base running mistake for the Leopards turns into 3 runs.
I'll tell you, what looked like a base running gaff actually turned into a mistake defensively by Cal Lutheran. Nobody was covering first base on the play, and I personally would have just held on to the ball and let her return to first, maybe try to get the runner at home, but threw to nobody covering first and allowed a 3rd run to score on the play.
Well, Workman came up behind the catcher to try to protect anything, and then she ran over to first because she saw it and just wasn't able to get there.
Definitely, that is a defensive miscue by Cal Lutheran, and this game is blown wide open. It's 7-0 Laverne.
As you said, a 3-run single is now 7-0 Laverne. We have Tawny Mack up, number 14 for the Leopards. She is 1 for 2 on the day. Inside pitch called for a ball. So the count is now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bases were almost cleared as we now have a runner at first. Ball thrown right over the plate for the first strike of this at-bat. It's going to be 2-1. Pitch a little low, called ball. It's going to be 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Inside. Called strike. So now instead of a walk for the Leopards, it's now going to be a full count for Mac.
His return of that inside strike call by the ump, and I definitely think his strike zone's going to get a little bit bigger here with a 7-0 lead by Laverne.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mac fouled off her leg to stay alive at 3-2. Full count pitch for Mac. Thrown inside, called strike. And that'll be the first strikeout for Workman. So after an inning that seemed under control, the Leopards score 5 runs to now expand their lead to 7-0. So at the end of the 5th inning, the Leopards 7, the Regals 0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. And the bottom of the 5th, the Leopards exploded for 5 runs to expand their lead to 7-0. The Leopards so far today, they've scored 7 runs. They have 8 hits, 3 errors, which seemed costly to start with, but now seem nothing. All right, and then Kowloon, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 earned run. So the bottom of the 5th was explosive for the Leopards as we are now starting off the 6th inning.
Rachel Rubio returning to the mound again. She has been dealing. Rachel Rubio has been dealing all day. She's got 5 scoreless innings so far going into the 6th inning. She's got a 7-run cushion to play with, and I bet she's feeling very comfortable on the mound right now.
Rubio, like you said, very comfortable. 58 pitches. 5 innings so far, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Up right now, we have third baseman number 20, Kendall. Ooh. Sounded good from where I was, but it's going to be fouled to the third base line. Number 20, Marinesi is up. Marinesi is 0 for 2 on the day. Looks as if it's going to be 0 for 3. She was not able to beat out the throw.
Another defensive play by Shelby Tevis there. Great work by her with a strong throw to first, and there's 1 out.
This middle defense for the Leopards so far, Tevis and Brown have been able to anchor so far.
Definitely. We'll be enjoying their services for the rest of their season. Shelby Tevis, of course, graduating after the year. She's a senior. She will be missed. Her and her glove are fantastic.
Now with 1 out, we're going to have Megan Dillon up, number 24. Excuse me, number 21, Ori Mendoza. Number 21, Ori Mendoza is up. Tipped over to Borden. Borden not able to hold on to it, and Tevis not able to get a glove on it after that ricochet.
Definitely deflected off of the glove of Justice Borden and just rolled past Tevis, but they're having a laugh about it. They're having a smile. It's a low-stakes game right now. You can make miscues like that. It's okay. Get the next person up.
We have Mendoza at first. And now we have number 6, the catcher, Lexi Finland. Finland, quick swing, popped up to center field. She's calling her off, makes the catch. able to throw it to the cutoff. Tevis, and holds Mendoza off at first.
Now batting number 19, Natalie Winokur.
Up next for the Regals, we have shortstop number 19, Natalie Winokur, who's 0 for 2 on the day.
Sorry about that. It just goes to show how off cue a lot of these Lutheran foul ball. How off cue, out of sync a lot of these Lutheran hitters are with Rubio's pitches. I thought that one was a good pitch to hit, and she popped it up to center field for an easy second out on the first pitch. It pays to see a couple pitches, especially if you're struggling against the starting pitcher. It pays to see a couple pitches so you have a good idea of what's coming, so you could possibly get a better hit and keep your team in the game, keep the rally going.
Last pitch, Winokur saw a great pitch. Great contact, just not able to hit it fair. Saw another outside pitch right now, called a strike as the count is now 0-2. So we have 0 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Winokur. Pitch very much outside, tried to get her chasing, but Winokur laid off as it is now a 1-2 count.
Again, Rubio is very efficient right now. Only has 63 pitches in 5 2/3 innings.
Another inside pitch, low, as the count is now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We have Mendoza at first. Rubio's trying to get out of another inning without letting up a run. The pitch is high, and now we are to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, Rubio is showing no signs of fatigue. She is still going very, very strong.
Payoff pitch. Fouled back by Winokur. The count remains 3-2. And I think the best word to use to describe Rubio is efficient. No earned runs, 2 strikeouts, no balls, or no walks, excuse me, but 65 pitches so far.
Definitely.
Drilled over to Tevis and caught to end the top of the 6th.
Initially, I thought it was a trap, but that indeed was called a catch by Tevis. And another quick inning by Rubio to end the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, I didn't know if she used the ground or not, but indeed it was a line out to Tevis. And just like that, no earned runs for the Regals. So the score will remain Leopards 7, Regals 0. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Adam, I'm really excited to see how next game goes. Now I'm starting to look at it, I'm thinking, you know, Leopards, you never want to call anything a done deal in sports. You've learned that in all levels of sports.
Definitely.
But looking forward now as a team, if you're the Regals, are you going to start resting some of your women for next game?
I think right now with a 7-0 lead and you have a doubleheader coming up, maybe just 30 minutes after this game, I would maybe start resting some of my best players. I don't want to call it a done deal, but it's a 7-0 lead and you only got really 1 more inning of play to overcome that, just 3 more outs. I would start resting my best players to possibly save them for the next game, so they play their best softball, because this definitely feels like this game got out of hand for them quickly.
2 ways to look at it. You either want to get some freshmen and sophomores, those who don't really play, get them some experience in case you need them down the line, or get some of your better players some rest. As we have number 41, Bailey Groner, up. She takes the first pitch.
Absolutely. Those are especially the newer, fresher faces. I would say that this is the perfect time for them to get some experience playing, facing pitching, especially in a low-stakes game like this right now.
Ball swung on to make the count now 0-2. Coach Bloss is trying to coach up Groner.
Brittany Workman still in the game. Just pitched 1/3 of an inning last inning, gave up those
off-speed pitch swung on. Looks like it's going to drop easily to the right fielder for the first out of this inning.
I say a move like this is to save pitching for the next game, but also Workman's a senior, and she's seen plenty of games, just to give her as much experience as she can and just go out there and have fun.
Shelby Tevis is now up to bat. Number 24, the shortstop, is 1 for 2 today. She's been lighting it up defensively.
Definitely.
First pitch of the at-bat. Swung on by Tevis. Center fielder's attempting to get it, not able to get it. Tevis has a stand-up double, going for third. Down for the slide. And it'll be a triple for Tevis.
There's two things I wanted to note on that play. Just the way that the center fielder read that ball, I had a feeling it was going to drop because she didn't look like she had a complete beat on it. It looked like maybe she lost it in the clouds a little bit, or maybe just wasn't able to quite cleanly field it, and it bounced right behind her. And also, that's some heads-up base running by Shelby Tevis to slide a little bit early, to not overslide the bag, as has been a problem for the Leos twice in this game so far. And Tevis has a triple on the play and in good position to score another run for the Leos.
Right you are, as we have Nia Brown up, number 5 for today, the leadoff hitter for the Leopards. She took her first pitch for a ball, second pitch on the way, swung on for a strike. The count is now 1-1. Nia Brown 2 for 3 on the day. Like you said, this is when weather kind of plays a role in sports. Basketball, you don't have to worry about it. Sometimes football, but baseball, it's really, as the pitch is fouled on for a 1-2 count. Baseball, softball, when you're outdoors, especially early morning games, is it going to be overcast? You're going to be able to see the ball. Can you see certain things happening? Can you read it? And you saw it for the center field. They're not able to really get a read on that ball.
Definitely. Those are things you have to take into consideration.
Brown hits the ball, drilled at the second baseman, not able to get a hold of it. Tevis is able to score. Brown's at first, and the Leopards extend this lead 8-0. For those of you just joining us, the Leopards have a commanding control, and the game is over as the final score, Leopards 8, Kalu 0. Just like that, mercy roll at the bottom of the 6th. Great hit by Tevis. Brown able to end the game. Adam, I think that we're going to see a little bit of the same thing for about 30 minutes. Game will be on at maybe around 2, a little later for the doubleheader. What do you expect to see? What do you like that you saw today, and then what do you expect to see later?
Well, one of the things I came into this game wanting to see, I wanted to see Laverne bounce back. I know that they were frustrated being stifled yesterday, only getting 1 run through 7 innings, and they came down and they beat them up pretty good today. I definitely think that this showed some of that frustration from yesterday came out in the form of offense today, and I think they had a really fantastic offensive showdown today. And I also think the pitching was fantastic. Rachel Rubio, even though the game was called due to the mercy rule, Rachel Rubio pitched a fantastic shutout. She was unstoppable today, very, very efficient, and I admire her poise.
Like you said, they went and got that win today. Dennis Bloss, we know, is super excited to get that win against his alma mater, Cal Lutheran. As he lost yesterday, he was able to make that up. Got a doubleheader today, Adam. What do you think we're going to see next game?
Definitely, I want to see them keep the momentum up. I don't want them to get lazy. I know they just had an 8-0 lead. I don't want them to breeze by. I don't want them to take it too casually. I want to see that fire that was in Game 1 of this doubleheader. I want to see that carry over into Game 2. And I know that Cal Lutheran, it's a frustrating loss for them today, but I look to see them come back in Game 2.
And at the end of this game, it is a final in 6 innings as the University of Laverne Leopards win by a score of 8 to Cal Lutheran's 0. We will see you for Game 2 of this doubleheader. I'm Zachary Nikolai, alongside me,
Adam Van Loo.
Thank you for listening and watching.